Hello and welcome to another custom figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the 12th Doctor's TARDIS. Now this is a sort of quick variant that I've done to this one, so it's quite a short episode. But I really like these adjustments, and I think that it's something that other people can try. It's quite fiddly, but I think it looks nice in the end, and it makes it slightly more 12th Doctor looking. Sorry, I've just recorded the 10th Doctor one, so my head is not thinking. It's not thinking. So this is it off. I've left it off because, as you can see, the colour is exactly the same. I've done no paintwork whatsoever for this custom. It's purely little things inside. I will start off with probably the windows. As you can see, the windows actually do have detailing on them compared to the character options release. There are little squares. These two on each one have been covered by a bit of paper on the inside, which means that when it's off, it looks sort of 12th Doctor like. It's sort of reminiscent of the 3 3¾ inch scale one, and then with the lights on, it creates this sort of almost glow on the inside with the white lights, and with no lights on, it's sort of, hang on, let's just turn everything off. Here we go. There we go. It has this nice lighting to it, which I really quite like. It gives it a bit more detail than the original one, which was just blaring on white. It looks more like the updated one rather than just like a repaint of a repaint of the 11th Doctors with the insides of the 10th Doctors, which is basically what this is. So yeah, that was one thing that I did. Another thing I did was once I'll get onto the light in a second. Around the light, you can see there is these bits here. Sorry, I don't know what to call it. The roof actually had more light travelling through it. I've actually covered most of that up now. That was an extra thing that I decided to add, because it just looks so odd. I'm not a fan of the light just blaring through the what's it called, the roof. It just looked really bad. I have actually like blocked out some of the light in what am I saying? In most places, because there was too much light coming out everywhere, and I just felt like, oh, maybe I should dim everything slightly. So everything has been slightly dimmed to work. Now I've turned all the lights on when I shouldn't really have done that. So I'll see if I can get away with. Yeah, I can get away with that one. I'll turn those off because I think they might be flickering. Windows in, right? Yeah. As you can see, the light does actually come through at the doors, at the police box sign, which is a pain. I bought 3 of these, so this is my second one. So I've still got the original as it was. But I thought I would mix it up, so I've got a clean one, and then my first one I bought had the missing phone case thing, and one of the lights doesn't work, so that became a complete dirtied custom just to cover up all of the faults, and a broken one that looks broken but it's actually broken. So this is my 12th Doctor, and I used the other one as like an 11th/12th. But yeah, I prefer this one. Another thing that I have done, which I will come on to now, is actually the lamp. The lamp has been changed colour. Originally it does come in blue. I've put this is quite a silly thing to do. It's probably really dangerous to do, but I've literally just put a bit of Sainsbury's bag a shop from the UK, over the lamp, so that it glows this orangey yellow to match what the 11th Doctor's TARDIS and 12th Doctor's TARDIS have had for a while, having a lamp of a dark colour rather than blue, because it hasn't been blue since the 10th Doctor, I think. No, probably the 9th Doctor, because the 10th Doctor's one was also like a warm white as well. I know the War Doctor's one was a warm white as well. So yeah, it's really odd why. It must be down to they just didn't do it, but the flight control TARDISes, they should have a whitey, orangey glow light for the lamp, which is a pain really. They could actually do it with a 10th Doctor's one entirely and have all of the LEDs in that colour, because his TARDIS didn't really come out in blue that much, like in terms of lighting, because this is supposed to be white, but you can obviously see this is blue lighting, so that's a pain. So yeah, the lamp has been redone, the roof on the inside has been redone, I had to take it entirely apart, and also the interior card has actually been redone, because the one that comes on this figure is awful. And I don't know if you can hear me over all of this noise, so I'll probably turn it off actually. If I just turn it off, there we go. The interior card is different, because the original is quite ridiculously up close. You can't actually see on the original card. You can't actually see any of the top rings whatsoever. It sort of stops about there, and then you don't get to see everything. So this one is actually a photograph from, I think, the Doctor Who Instagram account. I was going to take one that I took personally when I visited the set, but there's bars and things everywhere, so I probably have to Photoshop that to work. This is actually the series 9, you could probably say 10 as well. If you look closely, down there somewhere, there is a roundel from series 9. I'll just turn it back on, maybe you can see it better with the lights on. There are roundels at the base. Yeah, there's one at the back. Yeah, it's a slight difference, which I wanted to make sure could be seen, so that is something else that I did. So yeah, everything still works, doors work, everything. It's just a nice little custom that I did to it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.